Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Start! Like 30! We own it! We own it! Check it! Take 2 of them. Check 26, check 26. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. What? Double. Watch twins. Slack it,
A first carry now for Wendell Smallwood. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Set, 380. Right there in the middle, 55. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 3, check 3. Red Delta.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. This is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. From the gun on 3rd down. Rivers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And that hits the right upright, but goes in anyway. Oh, friendly bounce there that could have gone either way easily, but he gets it to go. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's into the clear. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. 6-0 our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check 9. Watch the safety creep. Check.
A run with Smallwood. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And this one is right down Broadway. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack.
I got you.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And the pressure gets to him again. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
go, here we go. Black 5.
3 buttons, 3 buttons. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill.
First down, a run with Smallwood. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Check. Under 10. Solid, 5 down.
Now Smallwood running right, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Black 20. 58, come on. Jack 16. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Focus, defense, focus.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready. Set 180. 55. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 380. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey, Rocket. Check.
From the gun, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 95 yards. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st down, Steelers.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he found Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Roethlisberger completes it to Moncrief left side. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 30. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Set. 180. Coming. Cluster.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Zero. Hey, ready.
To throw again. Rivers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, easy, easy. Hey,
the pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, Delta!
Rivers now from the 50. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alpha!
They'll throw again. Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Quarter. Undercut.
Slam. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Smallwood. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go. Black 80. Strong 44.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, ready.
Throwing Rivers. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was trying to get that back to Allen, and it's 2nd down.
Mike. 180, 380.
Mike, strip the ball.
Hey.
Mike.
Behind.
Throwing again. Rivers. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Set. 180.
55. Hey, eat.
Alpha. Hey, echo.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Rivers now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Rivers to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his second touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards on the ground.
First down, Steelers.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10.
Chargers 20, Steelers 10.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
Run 80.
Mark 55, Mark 55.
Hey, wahoo.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now Rivers. He shakes it up. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 49, come on.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And the Steelers first down.
All right, now, like 80. Okay, double. Shoot. Double. Check out, bro. Hot. Keep these two. Check 49. Black and blue.
On first down, Smallwood. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
30 was the mic. Let's go one more. 30 was the mic.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, an 80-yard touchdown. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Able to find Switzer. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Like 80.
Tackles.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the back.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
180, slack 15.
At the Steelers' 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.
Okay.